If you're a musician and you've been submitting to radio and been struggling to get success, here are 5 possible reasons why you're struggling to get your submissions sent through. The very first one is linked to technical issues. Technical issues are linked to not following the guidelines for radio submission. Now, for different radio stations, depending if they're SABC, commercial, or university radio stations, they have specific guidelines. To make sure that your radio submissions are successful, you have to follow those guidelines to the T. Another thing that I highly suggest, make sure if the station requires you to send an attachment, then make sure that the attachment or the whole email is less than 5 megabytes. I know for SABC radio stations that if the email is bigger than 5 megabytes, then the email gets sent to spam and it does not make it into the radio compiler's emails. So make sure that your emails are less than 5 megabytes. Number 2, if you've been doing suspicious emailing before, your email may have become flagged. So if you're using tactics like broadcasting or blind broadcasting, otherwise known as BCC, then your emails may automatically be sent to spam because Gmail, for example, has said that, hi, this person is known for spamming people. So your email address may be flagged. A way of getting around this is to create a separate email account specifically for radio stations and music management and engagement with stakeholders within the music industry. Number 3 would be that you are using a suspicious email. So if your email address is xyz1234@gmail.com, then your email is going to get automatically sent to spam. So make sure that your email address is something simple, management of skill@gmail.com, for example, and then make sure that this email sends one email at a time. Don't put a lot of radio stations and compilers because all the radio stations have different submission guidelines. So make sure that you're emailing one compiler at a time per email and you're following the guidelines to the T. There's a saying generally in life where they say it's not about what you know, but who you know, which is linked to networking. And that links to number 4. You are not networking with the music compilers. Now, networking is a loose term for building a relationship, but you have to kind of make sure that you are constantly nurturing your affiliations and your network with the music compilers. This means that you contact them when you don't really necessarily have a submission, but this is not by email typically. You would call them on the phone just to check what are they looking for, what are the playlisting, and then you can tick off which radio stations are worth your time and which are not worth your time. And also remember, music compilers change fairly frequently. People climb up the ladder or go to different radio stations. So the music compiler that you sent your music to last week may not be the same one this week. So make sure you are sending the correct emails before you send your submissions to radio. And last but not least, not following up. A lot of people are submitting to radio stations and radio compilers typically have a lot of emails. So following up is really crucial in general when you're submitting to people with regards to the music industry. Following up after a week to make sure that you sent the right information, building that network and making the person receiving the email seem like a human will help you get a long way to getting your music onto radio. But if you want to get more information about radio submission in particular, head over to my website and sign up to my mailing list, skillmusicsa.com. You will find the mailing list there and I will send you information with regards to submitting to radio stations. Until next time.